Live from Lincoln Center, another in our continuing series of outstanding musical performances. Dame Joan Sutherland, Luciano Pavarotti, and Richard Bonynge conducting, direct from the stage of Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. And this evening, it is a truly extraordinary event that we bring you. Two of the greatest singing stars from the world of opera, together in concert for the first time. The program is made up of arias and duets, both familiar and unfamiliar, from such works as Verdi's La Traviata, Macbeth, and Hernani, Ponchielli's La Gioconda, Giordano's Fedora, Thomas' Hamlet, and Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor. The program will begin in just a few moments as Richard Bonynge conducts the overture to Mozart's opera, The Marriage of Figaro. First performed in May 1786, the opera itself was an instant success. The overture was not composed until the day before the premiere, and it too has gained a standing for itself in the international concert repertory. Avery Fisher Hall here in New York City is the home of the New York Philharmonic, of course, and many visiting orchestras come here during the course of their annual tours. The event this evening is very special, even in this great auditorium. And here is Richard Bonynge to begin this concert with the overture to the opera The Marriage of Figaro by Mozart. live from Lincoln Center, the overture to Mozart's opera, The Marriage of Figaro, conducted by Richard Bonynge. And Mr. Bonynge has conducted Mozart operas in most of the leading opera houses of the world. This opening work on this extraordinary concert, which for the first time on a concert stage brings together Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland. They have, of course, collaborated on opera house stages many, many times, but this is their first joint recital. And as their first number, we'll have the Libiamo, the drinking song from Act One of Giuseppe Verdi's La Traviata.
La bellezza infiora e là fuggevol ora s'inebria voluta livian nei dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore poiché quell'occhio al core ogni possente va amore fra i calici più caldi baci avrà tra voi soffro di vedere il braccio federa e tutto il mondo il cielo del tuo godiamo pace rapido e il gonion dell'amore io ti facevole e più si può godere cinnita accento perché non savi ancora è il mio destin così godiamo la tazza il cantico l'atto che a bella è viso in questo paradiso ne scopra il dolore
Libiamo, the drinking song from the first act of Verdi's La Traviata. The Violetta, Dame Joan Sutherland. The Alfredo, Luciano Pavarotti. Richard Bonynge conducted. And this is the first of a series of duets and solo arias that will be sung by Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti. Next, we'll have Mr. Pavarotti in an aria from Verdi's Macbeth, A la Paterna Mano. The story, of course, derives from Shakespeare's tragedy. And here is Luciano Pavarotti for A la Paterna Mano from Verdi's Macbeth.
O figli miei, da quel tiranno tutti uccisi voi foste, e insiem con voi la madre sventurata. Figli di quelle tigre, io lasciai la madre i paterna mano non vi fu scudo cari dai perfidi sicari e amore e viveri e me fu già scoccuto voi chiamavate inverno con l'ultimo singuto, con l'ultimo respiro. Tremia la tiranno in faccia, Signore, sai mi sfugge, possa colui le braccia del tuo perdono aprire, possa colui le braccia del tuo perdono. Possa colui le braccia del tuo perdono
Luciano Pavarotti singing A la Paterna Mano from Verdi's Macbeth. Live from Lincoln Center with Richard Bonynge conducting. This joint recital by Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland. Next, it will be the turn of Dame Joan for an aria, staying in the Verdi repertoire from Hernani, Hernani in Volami. But here is Luciano Pavarotti returning to acknowledge the applause of the audience. The story of Verdi's Hernani derives from a tragedy by Victor Hugo. The opera was first performed in 1844. Briefly, Elvira is betrothed to Silva, a Spanish grandee, but she is wooed by the King of Spain, and she and the bandit chief Hernani, of noble birth, love each other. The aria Hernani, Hernani in Volami occurs in the second scene of the first act of the opera. Dame Joan Sutherland, in just a few moments, will return to the stage here at Avery Fisher Hall in New York City, escorted by her husband, conductor Richard Bonynge, for Hernani, Hernani Involami from Verdi's Hernani. Live from Lincoln Center, Joan Sutherland has sung the aria Hernani, Hernani in Volami from Verdi's Hernani. Dame Joan Sutherland, along with Luciano Pavarotti, appearing in joint recital for the first time anywhere on the stage of Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. And in a few moments, Dame Joan will be joined on stage by Luciano Pavarotti. But first, I'm sure we'll have a solo bow for her, yes. Following this performance of Hernani, Hernani in Volami, here once again is Dame Joan Sutherland. And when she returns to the stage, it will be once again in partnership with Luciano Pavarotti. And again, we'll go to Verdi's La Traviata for the first act duet, Un di Felice. The literary basis for Verdi's La Traviata derives from Camille by Alexandre Dumas. The story tells of the awakening of a pure love in the heart of an abandoned woman, La Traviata, the lost one. The story is a picture of modern Parisian life, but the Italian libretto goes back to the days of Louis XIV. La Traviata, at its first production, was a failure, but with some changes in a revival, a year later, it became a pronounced success, and ever since has ranked high in the annals of Italian opera. Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti in Un di Felice from Act One of Verdi's La Traviata.
Felice terea, viva le nostre innate, e da quel dì tremante vissi l'ignoto amore di quell'amore che palpito dell'universo intero, misterioso la terra, e croce delizia, delizia al cuore. Misterioso la terra, croce delizia, delizia al cuore. Croce delizia, delizia
Un di felice from Act One of Verdi's La Traviata. Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti, with Richard Bonynge conducting live from Lincoln Center from the stage of Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. Aside from the opening Mozart overture, our evening thus far has been entirely from the realm of Italian opera, and indeed exclusively from the realm of Verdi. Here, once again, Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland. And we'll shortly have a brief French interlude. The tenor aria Pourquoi me réveiller from Massenet's Werther, and then Ophelia's Mad Scene from the opera Hamlet by Thomas. Werther, Massenet's opera, was based upon the story The Sorrows of the Young Werther by Goethe. The first performance of the opera was given in Vienna in 1892, and the aria Pourquoi me réveiller appears in the third act of the opera. Werther and Charlotte have been lovers but have parted. Werther returns in spite of himself, and finding Charlotte at home alone, begins to read to her a poem by Ossian. The lines serve only to betray his own passion for her. In the aria Pourquoi me réveiller from Massenet's Werther, sung now by Luciano Pavarotti. From the opera Werther by Massenet, Luciano Pavarotti has sung Pourquoi me réveiller. Richard Bonynge conducting. live from Lincoln Center. As you've noticed, we have an alternation of arias and duets on our program this evening. An aria by one of our principals, then a duet, then an aria by the other, and then a duet. That pattern will be interrupted next because following this performance by Luciano Pavarotti, we'll have Dame Joan Sutherland returning for the mad scene from the opera Thomas by Ambroise, from the opera Hamlet by Ambroise Thomas. Again, the literary inspiration is from the great writings of mankind, Shakespeare, and the plot makes fairly serious deviations from the play of Shakespeare. It takes many liberties, and yet, of course, the characters and the situations are the same. Hamlet broods over his mother's hasty marriage with Claudius, the king of Denmark, and he is urged on to revenge by his father's ghost. Dame Joan Sutherland sings the fourth scene, Mad Scene, from Hamlet by Ambroise Thomas, Ophelia's Mad Scene. Ophelia's Mad Scene from the fourth act of the opera Hamlet by Ambroise Thomas. Dame Joan Sutherland with conductor Richard Bonynge. This concert coming to you live from Lincoln Center. The auditorium is Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. Dame Joan, of course, has made so many of the leading soprano roles in Italian and French opera, her very own. And there was an example of one such. The role of Ophelia in Thomas' opera Hamlet. And very shortly, it will again be duet time. As a matter of fact, trio time, because we'll have the duet from Verdi's Rigoletto, Signor ne Principe, and we'll also have an assisting artist, soprano Madeleine René, in the role of Giovanna. Verdi's Rigoletto is after Victor Hugo's Le Roi s'amuse. It was first performed in March of 1851. And the scene that we're about to see and hear takes place in the second act, when the Duke has stolen into the home of Rigoletto, already having plotted to abduct her, Rigoletto's daughter Gilda, that evening, and he dismisses the duenna, Giovanna, and declares his love for Gilda. It is this scene, a duet. Luciano Pavarotti, Dame Joan Sutherland, and soprano Madeleine Ray from Verdi's Rigoletto, Signor ne Principe.
sole dell'anima, la vita è amore, sua voce il palpito del nostro cuore, e fama e gloria, potenza e trono, umane e fragili, qui cose sono, una pura bene, sola divina, e amore che agli angeli più ne avvicina. Adunque amiamoci, donna celeste, dimmi agli uomini, sarà per te, dimmi agli uomini, sarà per Che mani, ripetimi, la testa, come felice, male vostro ditemi, saperlo non mi dice. Mi nomino Gualtier Malvé, studente sono e povero. Accogliere potessi il traditore che si disturba. Dimmaverei tu l'intera vita e poi addio, addio, speranza e d'anima. Addio, addio, speranza e d'anima. Sol tu sarai, sarai, sol tu sarai, sarai. Addio, 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 addio. Vivrà immutabile l'aspetto mio per te. Addio, addio.
Signor ne Principe, from Verdi's Rigoletto. Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland with Richard Bonynge conducting. And the Giovanna was Madeleine Renee, a 23-year-old student at the Juilliard School here in New York City. For several days now, Dame Joan Sutherland, Luciano Pavarotti, and Richard Bonynge have been rehearsing for this evening's great event. And here is some sense of what happens when these three extraordinary artists prepare to make music together.
Yeah, it's fine when everyone plays the right notes, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's play now from E, okay? You can sing that if you want to.
Where?
From letter E, okay?
At the beginning, is it?
Yeah.
Every night is something new. You don't know if we are going to fall down or not. And it is the excitement probably of our profession. It's not a record. It's not guaranteed it's going to be good. Then is the excitement. And it is the reason because we don't sleep very well the night before. We are nervous before the performance. And if somebody tells you he's not nervous before the performance, he's a liar. Believe me.
Yeah, I think let's do one da dee da ram pam, and I'll just dictate it. Even you see, he goes up earlier, almost like an eighth note. Yeah, I think it's much safer because that's what he's doing.
Very good.
Fine, I'll do that today.
Let our resto. Oh, don't tell me you don't have the piece of music
all
before.
We have.
Ah,
all we have, I should think.
It's a great pity.
We're missing lots of.
You miss a beautiful introduction.
Maybe they can.
Beautiful.
Maybe they can.
Oh, they should really, because the atmosphere of the piece is really in that.
If we can find it for tomorrow. Let's once again. We'll do it.
I think that one needs to be fairly calm on the stage, because it's one thing for a straight actress to throw themselves into a role to a certain extent, but the opera singer is always bounded by the actual number of beats there are in a bar. They can't hold up the music indefinitely, although they can make pauses, or although they can spin out certain phrases. They can't do it beyond the bounds of how many beats there are in a bar, beyond a certain extent. Therefore an operatic actress or actor, singer, is restrained by the music to a certain extent. But then again, the music does help to carry them and help to create more atmosphere for them.
If a conductor is only going to follow singers, then nothing very good happens. On the other hand, you have to lead them in the way that they're able to go. It's no good saying, this is the tempo, just follow me, kids, because it doesn't work that way. I have to know what a singer or two singers or whatever are able to do, and I have to make them do the very best they're able to do. That's my job as a conductor, to bring out the best, to help them, to make them relax, to make them feel in the way that they're able to sing and feel comfortable so that they can really sing and communicate the way they should.
A singer is sometimes a baby on the stage in that sense of need protection. It's not just when you reach the top. For example, the conductor can help you more some bar before, when you prepare yourself for the big jump, and then you really need him to breathe with you and help you and little move the phrase if it's necessary, or little slow the phrase if it's necessary. And this is what the difference between a great conductor and not a great conductor, to know you very well and to do something for you special, who is going to be different than what he's going to do for another tenor, because he's hearing and he's coming with you, and it happens very seldom, but happens on the stage. So,
Luciano, can I just see what you got in that copy, because it's not what I got here. Okay. Could we just go from, let's go from C, if we may. Let us see.
You can't rely on inspiration. Inspiration won't help you to sing. You have to learn how to sing.
The vocal cords create in a person an instrument, so that, and I believe very strongly that the human voice is the greatest musical instrument of all, and when it's properly used. But you know, to use it just by nature, that's one thing, that works up to a point. But in the opera, and in the difficult operas, where this becomes a great art, then there's much more to it, and technique is of the greatest importance. But the technique is only something that has to exist for a singer and then be forgotten, because it's what comes out. It's the communication with the audience, and it's what comes from inside which is important.
It's more simple than people think. It's much more simple, but there is one thing they cannot forget: concentration in what they do. And then it becomes simple, it can be the expression of what they are. For example, a singer on the stage is generally what he is in the life. If he's a good person, you can see immediately he's a good person. If he's, you can see immediately.
Not you.
We have another chord.
Oh, I see.
am.
Put in it. You just play the print. And a short.
Yes, it's very. No, I'm sorry, I'm first.
You got it.
No, that's adia.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's just in the last bar.
I'm trick like you.
And a short chord in the second,
Allora.
second half.
Addio. Addio. Generally, when we are together, we have different notes. And I have to think about mine, and she has to think about her. And the orchestra probably plays something else.
I say that all singers must be crazy. I think they are. But we're a nice family of crazy people.
And if two people are very fond of one another, that also on the stage can help the performance very much. It's because there's some sort of electricity between them, it makes things work better.
Not bad, darling. When did we do that last?
No cut? When?
I don't know. When did we do that last? I mean,
London.
I mean, apart from the record.
London.
Was it really?
In London. 4 years ago. When everything comes together is wonderful, because a piece of music already written from somebody else is not a creation, but when it's done in a certain way, it seems to be, and then you feel almost to be a piece of the artist himself.
A lot of the work of that sort of work is done in rehearsal, in the periods that you're preparing roles. And once you get out in performance, you have to already know what you have to do. There are times, of course, when rehearsal's short and you're not too sure of what you are supposed to be doing. And that is a little bit terrifying, I think. You really need to feel very much at home in a role to be able to get up and sing it in front of an audience. Sometimes it all gels and sometimes it doesn't. After all, you're only a human being, and sometimes a souffle works and sometimes it doesn't. It's not every performance that you get sort of the feel of sort of shooting stars and rockets and everything sort of going bang at the same time.
As if I'd drunk a whole bottle of champagne. I felt completely high and as if I were floating, almost not walking. It's an incredible feeling. It doesn't happen all the time. I wish it would happen all the time. Ah, come on, Luciano, that saves us a bit of time.
Now, at the moment I'm singing, I am another person. When I go out, there is a kind of click who happen, I don't know what is, and I am another person, completely different, with thinking about what he's doing in the word, in the music, in the expression, in everything. I am another person. I'm never happy of what I do. I am always scared of what I do. I am here not to sing, just. I'm here to live, and singing is the best part of my life, but it's not the entire life.
I still feel that I'm just a very ordinary human being that's been given a really rather wonderful voice, and I get great pleasure out of singing with it, using it, and I'm very gratified that people enjoy listening, believe me. It never ceases to give me a thrill to go onto a stage.
That's the idea.
Indeed, is for me, is an immense, great pleasure. I really do the profession I did always want to do, I think even in the best way, and I consider myself a very happy person.
Oh, it's all a risk, the whole performance. That's what makes it so exciting. It's Oh, I don't know. It's a wonderful, wonderful life.
What is wonderful about performing in public in the opera is that everything is different every night, and you never know what's going to happen. That's it. Good. Thank you very much. Splendid.
Live from Lincoln Center is making available to you, our viewing audience, Stage Bill, the program of this evening's concert, which was distributed to the audience assembled here in Avery Fisher Hall. To receive your copy of Stage Bill, simply send a postcard with your name and address and the word program to Live from Lincoln Center, 140 West 65th Street, New York, New York, 10023. That address again is program, Live from Lincoln Center, 140 West 65th Street, New York, New York. This expanded edition of the official house program magazine of Lincoln Center contains photographs, program notes, and text of tonight's concert, special features and biographies of Luciano Pavarotti, Dame Joan Sutherland, and Richard Bonynge. Remember, to receive your copy of Stage Bill, simply send a postcard with your name and address and the word program to Live from Lincoln Center, 140 West 65th Street, New York, New York, 10023. We will return with the second half of our concert after this short pause. The first joint recital by Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti, with Richard Bonynge conducting from the stage of Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. One of the world's most honored artists, Australian soprano Joan Sutherland, was recently named a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire on Queen Elizabeth's New Year's Honors List. Dame Joan Sutherland last year celebrated her Silver Jubilee at London's Royal Opera House, Covent Garden, with gala performances as Maria Stuarda. It was to Covent Garden that Miss Sutherland came on her initial trip from her native Australia, and it was at Covent Garden that she won her first international laurels in the historic production of Lucia di Lammermoor in 1959, which placed her in the first rank of singers in the world. Luciano Pavarotti, one of the most honored artists of our time. He appears at the Metropolitan Opera, this season having added Cavaradossi in Puccini's Tosca to his long list of roles. And next year he will add another role to his repertory. It will be Enzo in Ponchielli's La Gioconda. Maestro Richard Bonynge has earned the respect and admiration of the musical world for his scholarship, his musical knowledge, and his sensitivity. He has conducted on the podiums of the world's leading opera houses and the concert halls. Since the early days in his native Australia, Richard Bonynge's love for the bel canto repertoire and the long-neglected masterpieces of Massenet and other 19th century composers led him to introduce this repertoire first to Dame Joan Sutherland and then to the world through his many recordings and performances. It was Richard Bonynge who convinced Miss Sutherland that the heroines of bel canto could be hers, first as her coach and then as conductor. And it was Mr. Bonynge who unearthed many of the forgotten or unfamiliar scores of operas and ballets of the 19th century and brought them to vivid life on stage or on records. Richard Bonynge first took up the baton in 1962 with the Santa Cecilia Orchestra in Rome. His conducting debut in the United States took place later that same year at the Hollywood Bowl. Here returning are Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti with conductor Richard Bonynge for the last act duet Parigi o Cara from Verdi's La Traviata.
si affanni, con bene sovrai la tua salute rifiorirà. Sospiro e luce tu mi darai, tutto il futuro ne arriverà.
Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland. In the last act duet, Parigi Cara from Verdi's La Traviata. Richard Bonynge conducting. This performance coming to you live from Lincoln Center. And the next music we'll have is the tenor aria Cielo e Mar from Ponchielli's La Gioconda. As with Verdi's Rigoletto, it was a work by Victor Hugo, which served as the basis for the Ponchielli opera, Hugo's tragedy Angelo, the Tyrant of Padua. The aria we'll hear comes from the second act of La Gioconda, in which Enzo Grimaldo, a Genoese nobleman, muses upon the great beauty of the moon and the stars, which are reflected upon the waters of the lagoon. Cielo e mar, he apostrophizes, heaven and ocean.
mio verrà dal cielo, l'angelo mio verrà dalla mare. Qui l'attendo ardente spira, oggi l'evento dell'amore. Ah, quell'uore che mi sospira, mi vuole finire. Oh, sogni d'or. Ah, quell'uore che mi sospira, mi vuole finire. Oh, sogni d'or. Oh, sogni, oh, sogni d'or. Per l'aurafone non appare nessuna monte, e l'orizzonte bacia l'onda, l'onda bacia l'orizzonte. Qui è l'ombra, ov'io mi giaccio con l'anelito nel cor. Vieni, o donna, vieni, o bacio della vita, sì, della vita e dell'amore. Vieni, o donna, qui t'attendo, con l'anelito nel cuore. Vieni, o donna, vieni al bacio, vieni, vieni, vieni alla bacio della vita e dell'amore. Sì, dell'amore. Ah, vieni.
Luciano Pavarotti in the aria Cielo e Mar from Ponchielli's La Gioconda. And a handshake with our conductor, Richard Bonynge. Luciano Pavarotti retiring to the backstage area here at Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. But here he is recalled by the audience, and in that by now very familiar gesture of outstretched arms and a thrown kiss to the audience. Luciano Pavarotti in Cielo e Mar from Ponchielli's La Gioconda. And next, Dame Joan Sutherland will return to the center of the stage for an aria from an opera that is all but unknown except for this very aria, I Dreamt That I Dwelt in Marble Halls, from The Bohemian Girl by the Irish composer Michael Balfe, who was born in 1808 in Dublin. The opera itself was first produced in 1843, and its plot is a typical opera story. A young lady named Arlene is the daughter of a count. She has been kidnapped and raised by gypsies. And in Act Two, she awakens and sings, I Dreamt That I Dwelt in Marble Halls. Dame Joan Sutherland. dreamt that I dwelt in marble halls. The aria by Michael Balfe from his opera The Bohemian Girl, sung by Dame Joan Sutherland with Richard Bonynge conducting. This joint recital by Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti, their first concert appearance together. Although, of course, they have shared many, many collaborations on the operatic stages of the world. And the next music we'll have returns us to a more familiar operatic ground, although that's only relative to Balfe's The Bohemian Girl. The more familiar opera being L'Africana by Meyerbeer. But before, here once again is Dame Joan Sutherland, returning to acknowledge the applause of the audience and of the members of the orchestra. L'Africana was the last opera that Meyerbeer composed, and he himself considered it his masterpiece. However, he did not live to see it produced. It is a very elaborate work in its scenic setting and has a quasi-historical background. The principal character is Vasco da Gama, an officer in the Portuguese Navy. And here, in the role of Vasco, is tenor Luciano Pavarotti to sing O Paradiso.
Spettacolo divin, sognata terra, ecco ti premo alla fin. Nostro è questo terreno fecondo che l'Europa può tutta arricchire. Spettacolo divino, inverapito io son. O nuovo mondo, tu m'appartieni, tu m'appartieni. Appartieni a me. O nuovo mondo, tu m'appartieni a me, a me, a me.
O Paradiso from Meyerbeer's L'Africana, sung by tenor Luciano Pavarotti with Richard Bonynge conducting. The original version of Meyerbeer's opera was written in the French language, and it was called L'Africaine. Then the story was translated into Italian as L'Africana, and O Paradiso is its best-known excerpt. Sung live from Lincoln Center, here on the stage of Avery Fisher Hall by tenor Luciano Pavarotti. And Dame Joan Sutherland will return in just a moment for music from Bellini's La Sonnambula, the Sleepwalker, from the last act, A non credea mirarti and A non giunge. Amina is the sleepwalker of the title. Her fiancé believes that she has been unfaithful to him until in the last scene she appears on a high parapet, and he is then convinced that she has been walking in her sleep. A non credea mirarti, followed by A non giunge from Bellini's La Sonnambula, sung by Dame Joan Sutherland. brings many members of the audience here at Avery Fisher Hall to their feet as flowers are thrown onto the stage for Dame Joan Sutherland. A non credea mirarti and A non giunge from Bellini's La Sonnambula. Dame Joan Sutherland. Obviously much beloved by the audience, not only here in Avery Fisher Hall and in New York City generally, but the international audience for great singing. Dame Joan Sutherland appearing at Avery Fisher Hall in the Live from Lincoln Center series, along with her colleague, tenor Luciano Pavarotti. And as the applause continues and increases, here is Dame Joan Sutherland returning. The arias of Bellini, many of them previously known only in the history books, owe much of their present-day revival to the efforts of Dame Joan Sutherland and Richard Bonynge. And next it will be Luciano Pavarotti's turn once again with an aria from the opera Fedora by Umberto Giordano, Amor ti vieta, as he gingerly threads his way between the flowers on stage, Luciano Pavarotti to sing Amor ti vieta from Giordano's Fedora. Amor ti vieta, sung by Luciano Pavarotti, the tenor aria from Giordano's opera Fedora. And as you can hear and see, the intensity of audience reaction grows in an ever-increasing crescendo here at Avery Fisher Hall. Once again, here is Luciano Pavarotti. And as the concluding number on the printed program, we'll have a duet from Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor, the opera which is based on the novel by Sir Walter Scott, And the story of the opera follows the events in the novel by Sir Walter Scott fairly closely. It deals, of course, with the tragic fate of two lovers separated by family strife. It is generally regarded as Donizetti's masterpiece and remains a favorite for the freshness of its melodic invention and the skillful interplay of the music with its tragic theme. Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland, returning to the stage here at Avery Fisher Hall in New York City, along with conductor Richard Bonynge for the duet from the end of Act 1, Scene 2 from Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor.
Perdona, se ad ora inusitata io vederti chiedea, ragion possente a ciò mi trasse, pria che in ciel biancheggi l'alba novella, dalle patrie sponde, lungi sarò, e i franchi di amici sciolgo le vele, ivi trattarme dato le sorti della Scozia. Ashton mi vegga, io stenderò placato a lui la destra, e la tua destra pegno fra noi di pace chiederò. Rimango nel silenzio sepolto. Stirpe il reo persecutore, le mali miei ancor pagon le, mi tolse il padre il mio retaggio amico, ne basta che brama ancora quel cuore feroce e rio, la mia perdita intera, il sangue mio egli odia. Mi scorre modi e trema. Sulla tomba che rinserra il tradito genitore, al tuo sangue eterna guerra io giurai nel mio furore, ma ti vidi e il cuore mi nacque all'altro affetto e l'ira tacque, pure quelle voto non è il franco io potrei sì potrei compirlo Oh compirlo ancor, si potrei compirlo ancor. Si potrei compirlo ancor. Quindi sposa eterna fede, primi giura al cielo innante. Dio ci ascolta, Dio ci vede, empio e dara ancora amante. Al tuo fato unisco il mio, son tuo sposo. E tu sarai soltanto la sua foto segnerà di morte il cielo. Ai miei voti invoca il cielo, invoca il cielo. Ai miei voti invoca il cielo, invoca il cielo, invoca il cielo. Separarci ormai conviene. Il mio cor con te qui resta, il mio cor con te qui resta. Separarci ormai conviene. Pensiero, vengon foglia messaggera.
The duet Sulla Tomba from the second scene of Act One of Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor. Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti, with Richard Bonynge conducting. And an appropriate conclusion to the performance was the kiss that Luciano Pavarotti planted on the cheek of Dame Joan. Our three principals, Richard Bonynge in the center, Luciano Pavarotti on the left, Dame Joan Sutherland on the right. This first joint recital by the two vocal artists, with Richard Bonynge conducting. Coming to you live from Lincoln Center, New York City's art complex. This from the stage of Avery Fisher Hall. And there are still more flowers coming to the stage. As you can see, there is a fair amount of floral decoration already on top of the stage in the area where our two artists stood during the course of this concert performance. A lovely bouquet of roses handed up to Dame Joan Sutherland. Two great colleagues, two great artists, Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti. Incidentally, today is Rosa Poncel's 82nd birthday, and Dame Joan Sutherland, Luciano Pavarotti, and Richard Bonynge send their love and best wishes to one of the truly legendary artists in the history of opera. Rosa Poncel celebrating her 82nd birthday today. If many more flowers are thrown on stage, it will be difficult to traverse the distance between the center of the stage and the backstage door. Also, I think that's a fairly heavy burden now. Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti together, enjoying the warmth and the love that is flowing from the audience to the stage here at Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. And not only are flowers being brought up, they are being thrown through the air as many in the audience have risen to their feet. The Sulla Tomba from Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor concludes the printed part of the musical program, but I will be very surprised if we'll not have an encore. Here again are our principals, led on by Luciano Pavarotti. Hands clasped as all three of them obviously deeply moved by the audience response. Avery Fisher Hall, the scene of many a musical triumph, and still one more can be added to the lists. This triumphant first joint recital anywhere by Dame Joan Sutherland and Luciano Pavarotti. The conductor, the husband of Dame Joan Sutherland, Richard Bonynge. And the rhythmic applause, that ultimate accolade. I'm sure this audience will not be denied. Luciano Pavarotti returning with conductor Richard Bonynge, and yes, we'll have an encore. Nessun Dorma as an encore. The great aria from the third act of Puccini's Turandot, sung by tenor Luciano Pavarotti. An encore on this Live from Lincoln Center program. A joint recital by Luciano Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland. And now the hall is literally filled with an electric excitement. You may remember that last year, in the context of this Live from Lincoln Center series, we brought you the solo recital that Luciano Pavarotti gave on the stage of the Metropolitan Opera House across the plaza here in New York City's Lincoln Center complex. The first solo vocal recital on the stage of the new Metropolitan Opera House. And again, rhythmic applause. The tenor aria, Nessun Dorma, a favorite of audiences all over the world. And now Luciano Pavarotti brings back Dame Joan Sutherland with him. He disappears momentarily, I'm sure, to bring Richard Bonynge back, and yes, we'll have another encore. Was an obscure item from the Italian operatic repertory, from an obscure opera. The opera, Crispino e la Comare, the composer Federico Ricci, and the aria, Io non sono più la netta, sung as an encore by Dame Joan Sutherland. As a matter of fact, when I say that the opera was composed by Federico Ricci, it actually was a collaborative effort by Federico Ricci and his older brother, Luigi. Together, they worked on 4 operas, of which this is one, Crispino e la Comare, composed in 1850. Federico Ricci was born in 1809, and he died in 1877.
la luce